There is something strangely powerful about silence today. We live in a world where everything is shared. Birthdays, coffee mugs, sunsets, laughter, even pain, all filtered, all polished, all displayed. And yet, some people stay invisible, quiet, observing, thinking, but never posting. You might know someone like that. Maybe you are someone like that. And the first question people ask is simple. Why? Why stay unseen when everyone is shouting to be noticed? Most people assume the silent ones are shy or introverted. But the truth goes deeper, much deeper. Because for some people, silence is not emptiness. Silence is control. It is power. It is choosing what the world does not get to see. Social media changed us. It rewards noise. It rewards performance. It rewards display. But the people who stay quiet are often the ones who see the world most clearly. They watch without interrupting. They think before they react. They understand before they judge. Psychologists have found something interesting. People who rarely post score higher in introspection, higher in emotional independence, higher in self-restraint. They are less influenced by comparison, less influenced by external validation. They are not trying to prove who they are. They are trying to understand who they are. Because, let's be honest, most posts are not communication. They are identity performances, silent auditions for approval. Every caption whispers, "This is me. Do you accept me?" But something changes when someone stops posting. Life becomes real again. Moments become personal again. Experiences become intimate again. Some people disappear from the feed because they crave authenticity. Others leave because of emotional exhaustion. They realize they were living for the lens, not for themselves. So they leave quietly. No announcement, no goodbye. But silence does not mean they don't care. It often means they care too deeply. They protect what matters. In psychology, there's a concept called psychological ownership. It means a moment belongs completely to you. But when you post it, it becomes public property, open to judgment, open to misunderstanding. So the silent ones protect their moments. They keep their memories pure, untouched, sacred. Maybe that's not withdrawal. Maybe that's freedom. Think about it. When was the last time you enjoyed something beautiful without thinking of sharing it? That urge to post is not natural. It is trained. It is the result of years of dopamine, likes, comments, notifications. When someone resists this loop, it is discipline, strength, awareness. People who break away from the digital reward cycle often develop something powerful, a strong internal locus of control. They don't need approval to feel enough. Studies show something else. Long breaks from posting increase emotional stability, increase clarity, increase life satisfaction, because your identity becomes real again when strangers stop shaping it. But silence online is not always peace. Sometimes it is exhaustion. Sometimes it is hurt. Sometimes it is the weight of comparison. Watching everyone's highlight reels while living through your own struggles hurts. Even when you don't want to compare, your mind does it anyway. And one day, posting becomes too heavy. So some leave not out of coldness, but out of self-protection. And in this generation, we made a mistake. We confused visibility with value. We think if something isn't posted, it didn't happen. But the most important moments of your life are unposted. Your heartbreaks, your growth, your private victories, your real emotions. The silent ones understand this. They know privacy isn't loneliness. Privacy is intimacy with yourself. When the noise fades, your inner voice becomes clear. You hear your desires again, your fears, your truth. And this reconnection feels almost spiritual. Silence also becomes a mirror. It reflects who you are when no one is watching, what you enjoy, what you believe, who you have become. This clarity is rare today. Most people fear missing out, but the silent ones discover something better. The joy of missing out, the peace of not performing, the comfort of not competing. They begin noticing small details again. Slower mornings, warmer conversations, colors that feel richer, moments that feel deeper. They find freedom in not documenting everything, not photographing every meal, not tagging every location, not capturing every memory. They start living again. But silence shapes relationships too. When someone stops posting, their real friends reveal themselves. People who genuinely care start checking on them directly, not because of a story they saw, but because they remembered them. Silence filters connections. It separates real from artificial. And sometimes people go silent because they've outgrown the need for an audience. They've matured, they've healed, they've let go. They don't need to announce every step of their journey. They don't need to prove their happiness. They don't need to display their progress. Growth happens quietly. Healing happens privately. Transformation happens unseen. But silence can also come from hurt. Some people were judged, mocked, misunderstood, so they stepped back, not to hide, but to protect their heart. And in that quiet, they grew stronger. Their silence becomes a sanctuary, a safe space, a boundary. And here lies the real paradox. The people who post the least often have the deepest inner worlds, thoughts richer than captions, stories larger than posts, emotions deeper than emojis. They save their real stories for real moments, for real conversations, for real people. Their silence is fullness, not emptiness. So the next time you see someone who never posts, don't assume they're hiding. Maybe they're simply living, fully, deeply, honestly. In ways the internet cannot understand, they remind us of something important. Being unseen does not mean being insignificant. Being quiet does not mean being empty. Sometimes the truest expression of self is silence. Because we were never meant to be performances. We were meant to be people, real, human, unfiltered, and the ones who choose silence. Remind us of that. Every unshared moment, every quiet choice, every beautifully invisible piece of their life, live deeply instead of publicly.